On today's episode of Buff's Garage, I'm headed out on another revival. I had a subscriber reach out to me with a project that he's been trying to get to for a while, but he needed some help. So I'm headed out there to see if I can't help him get some things going and see what we're working with. In perfect YouTube fashion, 2 days ago, it was 60 degrees. I woke up this morning to snow on the car, and now I'm headed to do a car revival, and it's 40 degrees and raining. It's never a dull moment in Kansas. You just have to, realize that if you don't like the weather, wait a few minutes, it's going to change. Okay, the rain just officially changed to snow, and yeah, it is legit snowing. It says it's 40, but obviously something in the air is colder than that because that's snow on my windshield. Awesome. This is how you know you're getting close to something good. It's dirt road, gravel, whatever, and middle of nowhere, and it's snowing. So it's probably going to be something good. You gonna help me? And welcome back to Buff's Garage. Obviously, I'm not in my garage right now, but instead I'm out here helping a subscriber get this old car running again. This thing is a 1977 Chevrolet Caprice Classic. GM completely revamped the body, shortening these cars, but still calling it a full size. And this happened to be one of the first ones that came off the line in September 1976 for the 1977 model year. And in fact, this car has been in his family its whole life. It started out life as a demo model, the one that you would go to the dealer and test drive. And this particular car, unfortunately, was flooded. We're talking water clear up to the A-pillar here, almost to the roof. So our goal is to maybe get this thing running again, driving, and see what happens. Well, to say that this car has seen better days is quite a bit of an understatement, but there's just something about these old 77s that are just, these old 70s cars are just cool. Yes, I know we had the whole, got to make them better for the environment and choke down engines, but this one actually came with a 350. We're believing that this is, since it was a demo model, they gave it a little extra oomph to, entice buyers to get the new Caprice Classic, but in this case, it's been underwater, so let's see if we can get it running. So this is running on a 5.7 liter 350. Still has a battery in it. Fuel pump sitting there. Seems, I don't know, something going on with that. As I understand, there was some effort to drain the oil and clean it out and maybe try to get it running again after it was flooded. But our goal today is to see what we're working with and see if we can get it running and, go from there. It looks like the old something or other. Yeah, that was like that already. Well, I don't know if it's gonna do what I need it to do or not, but let's take it apart and find out. All right, if you don't have one of these, I'm telling you, I'll put the link in the description down below through Amazon. The NoCo Boost. This is the HD version. They have a smaller version too, but I particularly like the 2000 amp one. Yeah, so I'll put the link, and yes, if you hit the link and you actually purchase one, I do get a small little cut, and I appreciate any support that you can provide. But anyway, let's see if it'll do anything. Move this fuel pump, because I'm sure that'll come in handy. Oil filter, because, you know, you never know. Sticky. I guess let's check to see if we even have a key. Oh, and that's sticky as well. Nice. Oh, the GM sticky steering wheel. Nice. Immediate short. Well, let's see here. Is it just the battery that's bad? Well, that didn't do anything. So we start with the battery and work our way up from there. Get these battery cables loose. It's either we got a bad battery or we've got the cables are bad. Not sure which. Here's a gooder-ish battery. Borrowed it out of one of the other vehicles on the property. Just see if we can get a little something out of it. Well, it's not much of a surprise that we have some wiring issues. Car's been underwater. No air filter because it'll just get wet anyway. Get that out of the way. Looks like that's froze up. Perfect. For sure. Locked up. So the carbs froze up. We got enough animal nest here to keep us busy for a while. I'll see if I can clean all this out. And honestly, we need to see if the engine will even turn over. I haven't even looked at that. Negative, Ghost Rider. I guess we got to clean all this up to figure out what's going on anyway. Go ahead and get these hoses out of the way, because I'm going to pull the valve covers. Looks like the carburetor needs to be pulled. Just lots of stuff that we need to get out of the way. See if we've even got a working engine. It actually has clean antifreeze in it. It's free. That's a good sign, he said sarcastically. Literal mud, just completely just encasing the intake. It's thick. It's thick. This thing was underwater for a bit, but we kind of knew that. I don't know. Let's pull the valve cover, see what happens. Oh, that wasn't even finger tight. That's good. That's how you want them. You want to keep them loose so you don't get all that restrictive sealing in the way. This one was a little more snug, but it also had a lot more mud holding it in. No problem. Oh, yeah. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is the problem. So if the top end looks like this, I can only imagine what the bottom end looks like. Let's take a look. The inside of our awesome valve cover. Now, I don't know if any of those are actually froze up, but I can tell you they're pretty rusty. And if the top end looks like this, I wonder what the bottom end looks like. Maybe we should find out. At this point, we might as well pull a spark plug and see what happens. Not too optimistic. Well, that's how it's going to be, huh? So, go ahead and pull this valve cover off. Have a feeling we're going to find the same thing. Finger tight Jones has been in here. Not to say you should over tighten these, because you know that's just as bad if not worse, because you're going to warp your flange on your valve cover, but something to be said for making sure it's snug. At minimum, it shouldn't be so loose you can loosen it with your fingers. I mean, the goal is to keep the oil in the engine the best you can. I'm used to working in the mud under a car, but not so much on top of the engine. This is pretty much straight mud, basically topsoil. This one's also pretty rusty. All right, we'll get you a little closer in here. So I pulled the carb, pulled the valve covers, and it's not that we couldn't get it to turn over. It's what are we going to destroy doing it. So I think the best course of action, which may be beyond our ability, is to go ahead and open this thing up, clean all the parts, put them back in and see if we can't make them run. Unfortunately, that means this is not gonna turn over today. You can see just how long this had sat underwater. You can see the water line running through all that. Definitely a neat old car. Trunk goodies. Yep, still nothing. All right, so with the owner having, you know, the history of the car being underwater up to here, he went ahead and drained all the fluids, got new fluids put in it, and with that, he was able to get it to crank over at the time. Now, it's been sitting for quite a while, obviously, as you can tell, and because of that, she's locked up. So what I'm looking for is you guys' interest. Is this something you want to see brought back to life? And if so, I'm going to need your support. So you need to like the video, share the video, make sure to subscribe. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, do that now. And if you really want to support the channel, you can hit that join on the membership where you can join up on the Tappy Tap Club. And with that, you get some added perks. You get to see videos sooner, and it helps keep the channel going. You can always head over to buffsgarage.com and pick up some merch. We got new hats in stock, and we got shirts and keychains and stickers and that kind of stuff. So anything you can do to help out, that would be appreciated. But tell me, what's your secret sauce method? What would you put into this engine to help free it up? And with that, what do you think we should do? Should we get this thing, you know, spinning again and probably replace the starter, other electronics, and, you know, put some gas to it and make it run? Or should we pass on this one until we can do a full rebuild on the engine and go check out something else? So I'm going to need you guys to put that down in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see, because I got my eye on another project right over there. Thanks for watching Buff's Garage. Go over that. You want to help me? Oh, go. We're going to see if we can dive into this car, get it running again, and maybe eventually